Star Trek Prodigy Supernova is a seriously good tie-in to the same titled show. This is a polished, tightly paced action-adventure which, while borrowing heavily from its predecessors, manages to carve out a niche of quality storytelling and engaging game design. Most licensed titles seem content to be just passable, but Supernova earnestly desires to be a good game unequivocally, despite its budgetary limitations. To start with the most surprising aspect, the writing, presentation, and pacing are all pretty well done. The actors are passionate, the tone of the setting and story are clear and consistent, and the game oozes Saturday morning charisma. The characters have real personalities and engage with one another dynamically, giving each other respect both through praise and criticism. Everyone here acts in a rational fashion, and their wacky cartoonish antics are tied to a greater foundation of consistency. Supernova also tucks some serious themes into its narrative. It's not afraid to discuss existential and philosophical quandaries directly, and it makes an effort to explain absolutely everything in a diegetic fashion. I want to repeat that last point. The game tries actively to provide real reasons for everything you see on screen. It cares about the setting it's building more than most games, period, let alone licensed titles. As to the gameplay, it's a familiar blend of brawling, puzzle solving, and platforming. The two lead characters have their own distinct attributes both in and out of combat, and they're far from phoned in. They feel distinct to play, and as the level design grows more complex, the game begins to feel like a streamlined take on the Lost Vikings at some points. Shoutouts to the dozens of times I've mentioned the Lost Vikings in my videos so far. The actual combat and puzzling is also quite commendable. The battles have a real sense of flow and rhythm, where you'll be weaving around attacks in a dangerous dance of lasers and sword swings. It begins to feel a bit like baby's first character action combat, especially as you unlock more powers and the enemies grow more dynamic and aggressive. The puzzles are just as solid. You might figure there's only so much to be done with switch flipping and block pushing, but Supernova's seemingly simple approach turns out to be seriously thoughtful. You'll be playing around with a variety of different state switching mechanisms, experimenting with solutions, and especially in co-op, it's a blast. This game isn't ground-shattering or anything, but I do worry that its high quality will be ignored due to its unassuming cultural status. Don't be mistaken by its lower budget or branding. Good work went into this title, and it's a good time for a pair of pals if you can excuse some bizarre bugs here and there.